Mercedes-Benz Stadium in downtown Atlanta. Today we continue on in Wild Card Weekend with a great NFC matchup between the Carolina Panthers and the Atlanta Falcons. Winner go home is the mantra, and off we go. We're underway in this NFC wildcard game. Gets fielded in the end zone. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. First carry for the former Florida Gator, Jordan Scarlett. Call it officially a loss of 2. On the first play from scrimmage, second down.
Brings up 2nd and 12 at the 23-yard line.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12.
20.
First carry of the game for Christian McCaffrey. The second down play not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
3 and out, a real danger here on their opening drive as they come up on a 3rd and 12.
8. Watch the slant. 20. 8. 20. 8.
Just beating the play clock is Newton. He's going to air one out. And that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's 4th down. They were trying to liven up this playoff game very early on. Pretty deep throw, but good coverage.
I think they were counting on the defenders being a little tight, a little over-anxious early, and trying to catch them flat-footed and get a big play.
So on 4th down, kicking it away here, Michael Pilardi. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line.
At their own 23-yard line.
Bryant will bring the Falcons up now, 1st and 10 at their own 23.
Tuesday.
Play clock down to 3, and we're going to get a timeout here. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Smith, his first carry. And some space here. And now look at him go. And he finally goes down, but not before reaching the 21. It's a big play there for Atlanta. 56 yards on the ground. So barely time to catch our breath. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the red zone.
Watch the safety creep. Hey, South. Motion.
They'll run for the first time with Devontae Freeman. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. The defense showing some anger after giving up the big play. This time they'll lose 1 or 2.
The Panthers' 22-yard line.
Ready. 54's Mike. Check. Watch 54. Band it. Gun. Play it. Right there.
On 2nd down, it's Smith. It was Eric Reed in on the stop.
Sometimes you're aligned perfectly and the play comes to you, and sometimes you got to cover some ground to go make the play, as we just saw there.
We saw a great example of perseverance right there on that play.
Got to be careful. They might want to throw one over his head as this game progresses.
So now 3rd and 10, a big play to start the drive, but nothing since.
Hey, watch that. Check.
Out of the gun, it's Ryan. It's caught, Jones. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. So 1st and goal and an opportunity for our first points in this wild card game. They'll run here with Freeman. And not a whole lot there. He does get a couple, taking it from the 5 down to the 3. Be interesting to see now what they do offensively down near the goal line after not much there that time.
As the offensive play caller, that may change your sequence now. Instead of coming right back with a running play, you may have to go to the air.
Smith is the lone man in the backfield here as they get ready for 2nd and goal.
Rush in. 51. Check 37. Gun. Me. 59's Mike. 25.
Here we go now with Smith. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down.
It's 3rd and goal.
So backed up to the 6 now. 3rd and goal.
All day, baby, all day. Hey, South. Motion.
Here's Smith. And he's going to be stopped up right at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, so no help there. And now 4th and goal. This situation in the 4th quarter, you go for it. But here, take the points.
If you go for it here and don't get it, you and I are missing our plane, and we're going to the post-game press conference to hear him justify it. Because the next thing we'll see is the owner walking in announcing a firing. There is no way he goes for it here. Get the field goal. It's the first half of the game. You've got time to make it up.
This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive.
And on the first drive, 3 and out. And I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for.
They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3.
Mike 42. Check. Mike 42.
Newton now to throw. That's going to be caught by Samuel. First catch of this wild card game for a 1,000-yard receiver in the regular season. He's got a first down, too. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. Panther football to start quarter number 2 as they've got it with a 1st and 10.
That's it. Let's get it. Check 42 to Mike.
Let's make these babies cry.
Hey!
Mike 42, Mike 42. Oh, you got deep? Mike 42, Mike 42. Hey, come on, no.
Gun.
Mike's 42, Mike's 42.
Hey!
Oh, here we go. Oh, check three.
Hey, fast!
Now Newton on first down. And he's got the hook up to Moore.
Yeah, baby.
Out of bounds, just short of midfield.
Ready.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Again, Newton. And he fires a strike to his big target, Demaryius Thomas. And he is across midfield from 149 to the other 49, a gain of just 2.
And it's 3rd down.
Check. 180.
Check 45 to Mike.
Great.
Watch the run. Watch us.
8. Here it goes.
Newton looking to throw on 3rd and 1. Yeah, that one's going to be knocked away and incomplete. It was Ricardo Allen there on the coverage.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
Here's Michael Pilardi now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And this will pin him back deep. That's going to kick out of bounds right at about the 7-yard line. The field position game, such an overlooked facet, Charles, of an NFL game, but this offense, they're going to be pinned back. What an ideal punt.
An ideal punt, and it leads to that term complementary football, because them doing that puts their defense in a great spot, doesn't it? Gives them a chance, if they want to be aggressive, try and maybe get a safety out of this whole thing, it puts them in that position. They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
On 2nd and 7, Ryan, a 50-50 ball here, and it's intercepted. Dante Jackson picks it.
Brandon, this is a veteran quarterback back there. He should know better than to make a throw like this. This is definitely not his best ball, and I think he knew this was trouble the second it was leaving his hand.
Set. 3. Gun. 20.
Tighten up.
On first down, this is McCaffrey. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
On 2nd down, McCaffrey. McCaffrey with a first down and more. And he will take it across for a Panthers touchdown. A 16-yard touchdown run. And the Panthers have taken the lead. Extra point right down the middle. And that makes it a 7-3 lead. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. Able to spin free. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. From the shotgun, they run with Smith. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that'll bring up a 3rd and 11 situation.
Let's get it.
Like 25.
54. Mike, 54. You got nothing today. You got nothing. Say. Quick the edge. Come.
The Falcons going to use the 2nd of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. The Panthers turn to their nickel set here as they get ready for 3rd down.
Just like that. 54's Mike. Check. Watch 54.
54, South. Hey, seam 6.
54 Mike. Hey, watch your leg. Mike's 5'4.
Base.
Man out.
Ready for that.
From the shotgun, Ryan. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. On 4th down, here's Matt Bosher on the punt. Christian McCaffrey deep for Carolina. Oh, it's a wobbler here.
The Panthers take over 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
What's that? 180.
Double guard.
20.
Watch it. 36.
Newton going to hand it off to McCaffrey. The ball's out. McCaffrey lost it, and the Falcons grab it.
The psychology of the game never ceases to amaze me because you would think there would never be a fumble from what we hear from coaches all the time, right?
And how much they practice not fumbling.
Practice it, preach it, talk about it all the time. You would think no one would ever turn it over. Yet they are humans out there running around, and we just saw another one.
Opportunistic by the defense. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. It's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
Check, check. Watch 54. Watch 54.
Let's go.
They'll start on the ground. It's Ito Smith. And he'll grab a gain of 5 out of this up to the 41-yard line.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down, a very solid gain on that play.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5.
Watch the curl. Watch the curl. Watch the curl.
58.
Kill.
Hey, South.
Mike,
A give to Smith out of the gun. And he will be brought down at about the 43 that time. 2 yards on the carry there, and it's going to lead him to 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd and 3.
2 minutes to play here in this first half of the NFL playoffs. Coming up at the half, we remind you that we're going to do what we've done all year. We'll get you down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. Coach will have the lowdown of what's going on here in this wild card weekend as we begin the road to the upcoming Super Bowl.
54 is Mike. 54 is Mike. Check, check. Watch 54. Watch 54.
58.
54 right there.
Get up.
Ryan now to throw on 3rd down. And they take over. They'll set up shop at the 46-yard line. That's sort of a second quarter to forget for him. Now 2 picks in this frame.
Almost as if the first one that he threw, he couldn't shake, couldn't get it out of his head. He ends up throwing a second one as a result.
Compounds the mistake a little bit.
Yeah, you got to be able to forget, compartmentalize, whatever you want to call it, and move on. He hasn't been able to do so here in the second.
42 is the Mike.
You don't know no better.
Mike's 4-2. Mike's 4-2. Hey, watch this. 8. Watch the screen. Watch the twist. Watch the twist. No.
20.
Check the hot read.
20.
Go.
Here we go.
Now following the interception, here's Newton. And they get to Newton and take him down for the sack.
We said it before the game, and I think it's still apparent. If these guys are going to advance in these playoffs, they're going to have to wreak some havoc coming off the edge.
Yeah, wild card round. They told us the wild card could be that defensive pressure. They showed it there.
Check. 8. Fresno.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Newton going to throw right side here. Complete. It'll be a pickup of 15 as that'll lead to 3rd down. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what'll be an important 3rd down.
Ready.
Check Mike 27. Let's go.
Gun.
27. Mike 27. Curry. Hey, check Mike 27. Check 8. Me and you all day. I'm coming after you. Tight dog.
The shotgun snap for Newton. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Now give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
But one thing's for sure, when you get a big receiver and you trust him downfield, you're going to give him opportunities to go up and get that 50-50 ball.
And he is a darn good big receiver. Unfortunately, that time didn't work out. Nice job defensively. And this kick is not going to be close. It's well short, well right to boot. And this score will stay right where it is.
And this is one of the risks you run when you attempt a long field goal. If you miss, the defense takes over at the spot of the placement. So now they've got a chance to get one more drive in before halftime.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And now with still more than a minute to go in what's been a tight game, you figure we'll try to see them move the ball downfield.
And remember, they get the kickoff to start the second half, so this is a golden opportunity for them to go down there and put up a couple of sixes back-to-back. What a momentum swing that would be.
Yeah, you might be able to get a 2-for-1 without ever even giving up the football.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4 at the 45-yard line.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. To throw is Ryan. Jones has it. Touchdown, Falcons. Julio Jones, 45 yards. And the Falcons have retaken the lead.
And while that touchdown does not give them an insurmountable lead, it's still a lead, and that always feels good to a team.
They'd love to take that into the lockers, but a little time left on that clock, so some work to do.
I like that. I like how you're guarding against a letdown there.
Already looking forward.
Coaching them up from right up here in the booth.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. You're down 3 under a minute to go. How aggressive are you going to be in this spot?
Not as aggressive as I probably would want to be. Only down 3. I mean, it might as well be even going into the half. That's not a deficit that makes me want to push it and potentially make a mistake in this situation and cost myself even more points.
But, boy, getting into field goal range and tying it, that's tempting.
Awfully enticing. You almost talked me into it.
Back to throw, Newton. And he fires one that's intercepted. It's Desmond Trufant. And he will score. Touchdown, Falcons. I don't know who all is to blame there, but I love seeing pick sixes.
Nothing like seeing someone pluck it out of the air and go the other way and see people try to change directions. Hard to do.
Bryant tacks on the extra point, and his guys will take a 10-point lead. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And a nice return sets them up pretty good here at the 30-yard line.
Let's go. At their own 30-yard line.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis?
Well, I'm trying something on first down, and it's something that's safe. It's something that's been done many times before. A lot of people say it's not even worth trying, but I'm running a draw. I'm running a screen. I'm seeing if something pops. And if it does, that can alter my strategy and potentially get me some points. And if it doesn't work, well, then you just run the clock out and go to the locker room.
To throw is Newton. Taking a shot for Samuel. And that will be incomplete with a clock showing 18 seconds now to go.
But I guess that answers the question whether or not they want him throwing it again right away after throwing the pick six on the previous drive.
Yeah, not something conservative or underneath. Pretty big shot right there.
Get him right back in the saddle and say, go ahead and sling it, big guy.
Ball on the 30 as they come up 2nd and 10.
Gun.
Check Mike 27. All day, coach. Mike 27, Mike 27, Mike 27. I'm coming. Hey, check Mike 27. Check Mike 27.
To throw again. Newton. And that will be incomplete with a clock down now to 13 seconds. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions.
Hey, you don't want to see me. You don't want 45 the mic. Check. Check 45 the mic.
From the gun, here's Newton. And he's got his target. That's more. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Now a timeout taken.
Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see.
Now a first down throw for Newton. He'll get this to McCaffrey out of the backfield. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. So with 1 second left in the half, on is the field goal unit. This from 54 yards away. And that one's not going to get there. Not enough juice, an ambitious effort, but it's well short. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
And his kick is right there. It's good. So we come upon halftime here in this NFC wildcard matchup as we'll head down to Orlando. That's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, one of these two teams about to play their final half of the season as we're back at it in this NFC wildcard bout. That's fielded in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. They have the lead now. They'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that. From the 22, here's 2nd and 8.
They're running it. Hey, Haywood. Mike 5-4, Mike 5-4. Let him go.
Ryan. And his throw is incomplete.
Let's give some credit to the defensive guys on that play. Able to bat that one away. Sure looked like they were trying to hit the corner route.
8 yards to go.
So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8.
I'm going to run you. Hey, exit. Mike 54. Mike 54. Strict the ball. Gun.
From the gun, it's Ryan. Complete to Jones. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A big gain of 31 on 3rd down.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great, and what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big gain. So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. Now Ito Smith.
He'll get about 4 here, down to the 43-yard line.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down, a very solid gain on that play.
At the 43-yard line.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
Watch QB drop. Watch QB drop. 25
Now flags come flying in. One of the Falcons moved early. Ooh, moving from his tight end spot there.
Do you think that perhaps the play call was for him?
And that false start penalty is certainly not helping their cause here. 2nd down and long.
Bravo. Hey, one set. Check Mike 54. Mike 55. 25.
Now it's Ryan. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
It's easy to see when we review this that the ball needs to come out quicker, because if you don't throw it right on the break, you bring a crowd of people into the equation.
And that's why it got knocked away there. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Hey, Charlie.
And the play clock running very low, so Dan Quinn decides to call for a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively.
Let's go. Mike 5-4, Mike 5-4. Hey, Orbit. Come to my world. We want it. Come to my world. Hey, watch that. Check. Gun. Mike 54. Hey.
From the gun, Ryan. And that is incomplete. The free safety, Trey Boston, there to knock it away.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Panthers will take over at the 20-yard line. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here at half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
2nd and 9 now from the 21.
Mike 42. Mike 42. Check. Mike 42. I'm coming. Gun.
Newton now to throw. Open man is Samuel, complete. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
Check, 42's the mic.
3rd and 2, Newton. Well, the 2 men come together, and it's incomplete. Excellent work defensively, brings up 4th down. Trying to get their tight end involved finally. That's the first time that they've looked his way. He's kind of been a forgotten man in this offensive scheme.
Yeah, didn't look his way at all in the first half, and I'll bet you the offense coordinator made a note at the half and said, let's get him involved because he could be a big-time playmaker for us.
Here's Michael Pilardi now as he's on to punt for Carolina. Now problems right out of the gate. We're going to get a delay. And that'll be accepted, of course, and that moves them back 5. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. This crew had to punt last time they had the ball, but when you've got a lead like this, you content to play the field position game?
You are to an extent, especially if you like your defense, because you have the lead, you've been controlling the game. But why put them in a tougher spot? You want to get out there and get something done on offense and maybe take command of this game yourself.
Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 30-yard line.
Down, ready, line 25. Block 54. Gun. Here we go. Line 25.
From the 30 on 2nd down, Ryan. And he gets this one to Ridley, complete. His first catch of this wild card game, and it's good for a first down.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice gain.
And no room to maneuver there. Give him a yard up to the 47.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Hey, high 7. Gun.
On 2nd and 9, Ryan. He's got Freeman here. It's complete. Call it a gain of 5, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
The last play on the completion got them half of what they needed. Now here's a tough 3rd and 5. Ryan. And finding the tight end Hooper. His first catch of this wild card game, and it's good for a first down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before you get a good head of steam going.
Ryan now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. Back to the running game. It's Freeman. And he's able to carve out about 6 there, down to the 37.
That's a strong pickup right there on 1st down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
2nd and 4 at the 37-yard line.
The last run got 6. Now 2nd and 4.
Watch the run.
Freeman again. And he gets it down to the 32. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
5-yard gain on the play. And the Falcons, first down.
1 quarter remains in this NFC Wild Card matchup. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Watch 54. Pick me up. Here we go. Hey,
Gun.
Right there.
Ryan on the handoff. It's Freeman. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down.
Brings up second and 12 at the 33-yard line.
This drive's taken more than 3 minutes off the clock already as they come up on second down.
Hey, South.
Now Ryan going to give it to Freeman. That's what they needed. It's an 8-yard gain, and now 3rd and 4 suddenly doesn't look so bad.
On a 2nd and long, it's really nice to see an offense that has enough confidence to run the football in that situation. I think that goes back to their practice and game planning. They've seen things that they've seen on tape and in previous games that led them to believe that even in a long-distance situation, they can still run the football and gain enough yardage to put themselves in a good spot on 3rd down.
51, South.
6 guard. Check 6 guard.
Ready to go.
On 3rd down, Smith. And he's got some space here. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
First and goal at the 3-yard line.
So 1st and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. Running the jet sweep with Ridley. And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
2nd and goal, and the lone man in the backfield is Freeman. He'll get it up the middle. They're able to get a couple here, but won't get across the plane as they stop him right around the 1.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
This Carolina defense looking to keep him out of the end zone once more. 3rd and goal. They'll look to run with Freeman. And he will take it in for a Falcon touchdown. Taking it in from a yard out. And the Falcons push further out in front.
Well, they decided to run it in and got it done on 3rd and goal. A lot of times that's a passing play.
And the kicker, this has to come out for the PAT. He can breathe a sigh of relief as well, right?
Although I don't know if he's really breathing a sigh of relief. I think he likes to put 3 points on his ledger.
Yeah, after the touchdown, here's Bryant now to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he's all the way up across the 40 and down at the 42-yard line. Great return.
There's no downplaying that we all knew that this was a critical possession, and to get a return like that to start things off, that's the spark that they needed. That's the spark they were looking for.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
The Panthers have the first. It's a gain of 12. At this stage, this drive's got to be touchdown or bust because you need 2 of them.
And if I'm the offensive play caller, I'm not just looking at my dagger plays downfield. I'm looking at some of my specials, something that can fool them and give you a big play now.
With a sense of urgency.
No doubt.
Now a pass hauled in downfield. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. He got 29 yards that time.
Right to the 3.
It's our time.
Great, great.
From the red zone now, Newton. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Vic Beasley in there to get him. It's a loss of 5.
It's interesting, partner, that most defenses try and guard the 35-yard line actively because they think the way kickers are nowadays, about a 52-yard field goal, they're kind of giving up points. But you get even deeper into territory, you get into the red zone, they're going to guard it even more, which means more pressure, more blitzing.
And here we go. Watch the pass. 42's the mark. 42's the mark. Hey,
To try again after the sack. Newton, he finds his man, the tight end Olsen. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. They get 14 back, but it leads now to a 3rd down. The Panthers on 3rd down, just 1 for 5 to this point. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. Now Newton. That's complete right around the 8th. And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Carolina. A 9-yard touchdown grab as his guys are back within a single score. Okay, game on. Don't go anywhere yet. You got a 1-score game now. Probably going to rely on the onside kick coming up.
Yeah, they have to. It's not a high percentage play, but it's better than not having a chance at all. And that's when you put your leapers and your flyers on one side, get that high hop, and hope that one of the guys can come up with it.
And on the other side, get that hands team ready.
No doubt about it.
That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And this one now not quite over yet. Still 2 timeouts remaining defensively. And, boy, having that 3rd timeout would have really helped here.
Another example of why coaches really stress saving your timeouts for when you absolutely have to have them. They go over this all the time. Here's one of those situations.
The drive will start with a carry by Devontae Freeman. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. So fresh out of the 2-minute warning, and here's another timeout taken with 1:55 remaining. This, in all probability, another run here on 2nd and 8.
Get some penetration here. We're getting some penetration. Mike 5-4. Watch the screen. Watch the screen. Watch twist. Watch twist. Watch twist. 54, tough. Watch out. Check Mike 54. Gun. I'm coming. Let him go.
Again, they'll run with Freeman. He finds an opening past the 40. Devontae Freeman. They're not going to get him. Touchdown, Falcons. Devontae Freeman. His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Falcons push further out in front. That's a pretty quick response to that last touchdown drive, and it seemed like they may be giving up momentum, and not so fast.
No, not at all, because they ended up pushing the lead up once again, and you're exactly right. Thought momentum might have been shifting. Instead, they grabbed old Mo, didn't let him get to the opposite sideline.
This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Now here's a pass on 1st down that's knocked away and incomplete. He was looking to get that one to DJ Moore, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on 1st down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on 1st down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up 2nd down.
From the 21, it's 2nd and 10.
I got it. Great.
Throwing again. Newton. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, third down.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10.
Gun.
Out of the gun, Newton. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. It's Desmond Trufant, and he will score. Touchdown, Falcons. And that one will pretty much erase any hopes of a fourth-quarter comeback.
With emphasis, interception, return for touchdown. Door closed, locked, reinforced.
Bryant's extra point up and good. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. And he'll go down at the 26, following a gain of 6.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
The Falcons going to use the second of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this fourth quarter of play.
Get in the weight room. Get in the weight room. Hey! Mike 42, check. Mike 42. Hey! Drop in. Check safety. 8. 26. Express!
Throwing on 3rd down, Newton. And the Falcons get there. The Falcons get the sack. Down he goes. And they weren't in zone coverage. They were in man, and each man did his job.
And that looked like vintage, old-school coverage, didn't it? Man coverage reminded me of an old Raiders team. They had a Hall of Famer at one corner and a Defensive Player of the Year at the other, and they just locked people down.
And how about this? 4th and long, and they're going to go for it.
Defense wins championships, baby. Start Mike 42.
20.
Come on. Deuce.
Express!
They snap it to Newton. He's going to let it fly. And that's caught inside the 35. Touchdown, Carolina. Curtis Samuel, 83 yards. And the Panthers, they're able to draw a bit closer. A try here for the extra point. And the lead will be cut down to 14. So time definitely not in their favor. Down 2 scores, but they'll try the onside kick. Oh, I think the Panthers have got it. They did. Carolina football. Well, that certainly makes things more interesting. You get the score, then you get the onside kick. A little uphill battle still, but a start.
It's not mission accomplished, but the plan is working. They are in a great spot right now, and the best part, they put the defense right back out on the field after having already scored.
Yeah, they've got the momentum here now. Here's Newton. Now a desperation throw deep. Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. And he takes this thing way down into Atlanta territory.
1st and goal at the 8-yard line.
The chain gang hustling to catch up. Here's first and goal from just inside the 10. Getting into the playoffs is one thing. Now they get to move on. Just 8 teams left.
The dream stays alive. Everyone's gunning for the Super Bowl. That's the ultimate. But you have to get there in incremental steps. One win today gets them one step closer.
So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard-working men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL right here on EA Sports. It's a win for the Falcons here as we say so long from Atlanta.
Squad like, what? In the field like, yeah, all day like,